Hello and welcome to another month of mail. This time we are opening all of the mail that we received from you guys in July 2016, and there's a lot of it. There's quite a bit of mail, quite a bit of packages, and then also quite a bit of letters. We're just going to be reading a featured letter, but we are going to show off a few things that came in the other letters just because there were so many. First off, our featured letter is from
Maria in Toledo, Ohio.
Thank you, Mal. And Maria says, Dear Stephen and Mal, my name is Maria, a 16-year-old who recently found your YouTube channels, and I am really grateful for them. You see, I never played video games in my childhood. The first true video game I played was around 10 years old when my brothers got their first Mario game. From that point, I was obsessed with the Mario franchise. I didn't play anything else. Not Pokemon, not Zelda, not even RPG games. Sad, I know, but once I got into high school, I made a new friend. She devotes her life to Zelda games and wanted me to get into it as well. She told me all the Let's Plays I had to watch, and among the list was Twilight Princess. When I searched on YouTube for a Let's Play of Twilight Princess, I decided to just watch the first video. And your video was first. And after watching Stephen yell at a pregnant woman to walk faster, I knew that I had found the right one. And thanks to the two of you, Twilight Princess is now my favorite Zelda game. After watching Twilight Princess, I thought about watching your other Let's Plays. I do not regret that decision. I can't wait for other Let's Plays in the future too, such as Ocarina of Time. And I'll be honest, I've tried watching Ocarina of Time before, and I just haven't been able to become attached to it yet. But I'm hoping that Stephen can fix that. Stephen and Mal, thank you for everything. I really wish I found your channel sooner. I've been sharing your channel with all of my friends. You're the cutest couple I've ever seen, and we all love you guys. Sincerely, Maria from Toledo, Ohio. Maria, thank you so much for the letter. And we talked about it in one of the recent Q&As, but Twilight Princess continues to be a fan favorite. People just really love it, and they really want more Zelda. But our current plan, hopefully, fingers crossed, is to have Zelda out by the end of the year.
Hopefully.
That's our goal. That's our goal. Is we've talked about it for a long time, but a lot of stuff had to fall in place. Finally fell into place, and we're hoping to actually do Ocarina of Time by the end of the year. That's the hope. In addition to sending that, Maria also sent us this art, which is really fantastic.
Really pretty.
We got a bunch of different moments from different Let's Plays. But in addition to Maria's stuff, I wanted to point out just a few other things. We had another really great piece of art sent to us from Elizabeth, and I wanted to show off this, which is very cool. And then we actually had a letter sent to us from someone who is struggling with. I'm not going to remember the name of it exactly.
Franklin. Their name is Franklin. From
Franklin, and he was diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa, and it slowly deteriorates his vision to the point where he becomes fully blind. But he is a fan, and he actually watches our stuff, which is really cool. And he sent along a typed Braille piece that actually shows how to write Stephen Vlogs, Stephen Plays, Mal Makes, and then also 1962 was a long time ago in Braille. And it was just really cool. It was just such a fun little thing. And also, I have so much respect for people that can read Braille, because I don't even fathom how it...
Yeah.
Like, it's so difficult. You put your finger over it and you start rubbing it across it, and it's...
My mind gets overwhelmed. And
exactly.
I can't break it up to know the letters.
Exactly. So. That kind of thing. Like, when you're looking at it on paper, you can tell the individual letters, but when I run my finger across it, it just does not connect like that. So I have so much respect for people that can actually read Braille, because that is an astounding ability in my opinion. But Franklin, I thank you for the letter as well. And then also we had a piece of art from some siblings, Allie
and Jonathan.
And then when we flip it over, from Jonathan as well. And then finally, I also wanted to show off a...
Postcard?
Yeah. Okay, there it is. Losing stuff. I also wanted to show off this really cool postcard that we got from Joel. And it's of the Rocky Mountain National Park. So, it's just really cool. I know, that was a lot of stuff. But we had a lot of letters because there's a lot of months where we get like one letter or like 2 letters or something. Most of the time it's just packages. But this month we had so many letters, I wanted to show off some of the stuff. Anyway, so that is our letters. Now we're going to move on to our packages.
For packages, the first thing we have is this tiny little thing from EA.
And it's very thin.
And this says, EA Electronics, dear customer, we want to thank you for purchasing from EA Electronics. We want to make sure you receive your item and are fully satisfied. Blah, blah, blah. But it's a sticker.
Thanks, Mal.
You're
I
welcome.
really wanted this sticker on me to oh no. Can't.
You're stuck.
What is that?
In here is a gift card for the PlayStation Store.
Very, very cool. It is a $20 PlayStation Store card.
But there's no gift note, so...
There is no gift note, so I'm not sure who this is. Maybe someone else will claim it.
Yeah, because we do have other packages that are here.
So that...
Here, just stick it on yourself again.
Took care of that.
Our next package is from Stephen in Swedesboro, New Jersey. And on the back it says, from one Stephen to another.
From one Stephen to another, when your name is spelled the same, and you're not one of those people with the V.
Read first.
Because you get it? Because, like, PH and B.
I know. I got it.
Yeah. Hey, Steven. Steven/Wicked3DS here. This is the letter that I wrote around July of 2013. It's pretty cool to see how some of it is still relevant, including Skyrim with the remaster being announced. Enjoy the letter and art. Mal, please be brutally honest. And also the cards I sent. Enjoy, your friend Steven. P.S. Yes, that says goateed Pikachu. I guess we'll find out what that means. We've got Venusaur, Voltorb, Cash Money, and then we also have a Pikachu with a little goatee drawn on. Because really, why not? There should be a Pokemon with a goatee. Because there's not, and
there might be.
There actually might be. There's a lot of them now. So here's the art. And this is cool because this letter was actually written 3 years ago, and Steven is just now getting around to sending it. So I'm really curious what the contents of this letter will be from 3 years ago. Dear Stephen and Mao, hello again. Here's another letter from the almighty Wicked3DS. Okay, well, maybe just another fan. I want to start off by congratulating you on a job well done with the Pokemon Leaf Green LP. Whew. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I must say all of the hard work you put into it really showed. I especially enjoyed getting some laughs out of you not knowing what you were doing. Notably, when you couldn't figure out how to fight a Magnemite because you didn't know it was also a Steel type. I sincerely hope you do another Pokemon Let's Play in the future because it was this one was awesome. If you do another one, will you do the same thing with the pictures, bios, and nicknames? Because I think that those were the best parts. Next, congratulations on 200 episodes of Skyrim. It has been a blast to watch the adventures of Argyle, Fando, and Lobrechtflag. How weird will it be when the LP does finally end? How weird will it be when it ends and it's been over for a while? How many?
A year and a half?
2 years. Didn't it end in May?
I don't remember when it ended.
Yeah, I think it's... I don't know. I don't remember.
I remember it was warm enough out to have a t-shirt on because we filmed the ending.
Yeah, that's true. Keep it up as long as you can because I'm still not tired of it and I doubt I ever will be. Also, congratulations on getting a Wii U. Watching the July 4th vlog where you receive it was awesome. It's amazing how generous Emil is and it's good to see someone doing things like that. As for the Wii U, I was right with you when you said that Smash Brothers was going to sell it to you. With that plus Mario Kart revealed during E3, I'm pretty much sold soon. I asked for one for Christmas, but if that doesn't pan out, it'll probably be in the springtime. I also look forward to buying Earthbound and playing through it on the Virtual Console. I'll be sure to let you know when that happens. Finally, I leave you with a drawing of a Dragonite, one of my favorite Pokemon. Thank you for taking the time to read this. Keep on trucking. I love the content. Sincerely, Alex. And there's also a PS where he clears up why he signed it as Alex, because his name is Steven. It's one of those situations where your name is Steven, it's your first name, but then you have a middle name, like Alex, and then you go by a middle name. You go
by a different name.
But then later on in life, you go by, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, did we already show the Dragonite?
You did.
The Dragonite reminds me of something. I mean, also the Dragonite, I think Dragonites are normally like orange, although this could be one of those like
shinies,
either a shiny or like a mega evolution, because I don't keep up with Pokemon very well, so I'm not sure. It reminds me of like an old cartoon, and I don't know what. Like
Puff
an old
the Magic Dragon?
Is that it?
That's the only thing I can think of with a dragon.
Yeah. Puff the Magic Dragon.
Night
Lives
by the plains.
Anyway, Stephen, thank you so much for the dated but fun to read letter.
Our next package is from Gunnar in Fairport, New York. So we have just a short little letter.
Dear Stephen and Mal, how are you guys? I'm fine. I saw these things and thought of you. Hope you like it. I got a quick question. Will you do an Astronocats video with the cat cocaine someday? Hope you have a great day. From Gunnar.
Sagan wants to do a video.
Sagan heard the word cocaine, and Sagan was like, cocaine? I like cocaine. Honey, maybe you get down. I think we did show something. I don't know what video it is, but I'm pretty sure we did show a video of us exposing them to the cat cocaine, and they went crazy. We also have a lot of cocaine, guys. We have someone's just gonna make gifs of this, and I'll just be ruined. There was someone that actually sent us like this catnip that was just crazy strong, but also like last Christmas, Rhonda.
No, that was the last time we were in Wisconsin.
Oh. No, I'm saying like Rhonda sent us stuff for Christmas that's had catnip in it, and it's also been like crazy strong. Mm-hmm. I don't know where people get this catnip.
I mean, we've grown catnip, and it wasn't like this.
No. We've bought a lot of different store-bought catnip, and like it obviously works, but like some of the stuff that we've had in the past, it's just really bizarre. Like they are gone, man. It's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, let's open Gunnar's package. We're just sitting here talking about cats and their drug habits. So this is cool. This is a Super Smash Bros. Brawl Player's Guide, which is really awesome. I was actually looking at Amazon or something the other day. There was like, you could buy a new copy of Brawl, which is just so bewildering to me because that game came out in 2008, I think.
Yeah.
So it's been like 8 years, but like there's still new copies of Brawl. Like Brawl sold so well that they still have new copies of it, and you can get them on Amazon. But that's so cool. I was just reading that, and then there's the player's guide for it, which is really cool. And then also the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag player's guide, which is pretty huge. That is awesome. Gunnar, thank you. We do collect player's guides. We do not have these, and these are really cool to add to our collection, so we appreciate it. You got that, Mal?
Yeah.
Because that's okay. There's a huge box here. Mal just cut it open, and
Where's it from?
It's from Platte City, Missouri.
Okay, and there's a lot of stuff in here.
Okay.
So here's some.
Oh, okie doke. So there's a calendar in here. There's a Zelda calendar and also a Family Guy calendar. And the calendar is a little dated, admittedly. The calendar says it's from 2012, but it's got like all the different art and stuff in it. Remember the time Peter embraces his feminine side after a weekend away at the women's retreat. Are we allowed to show that? Yeah, we're probably gonna show that. I'm not even sure. There's a binder in here. Binder has got all sorts of Pokemon cards in it. Like there's a crazy amount, and I'll try and hold this up so I can show. It's just a ton of Pokemon cards. There's like a lot of Pokemon cards. One of them fell out. There's a few here that are falling out. There's a ton of Pokemon cards. All right, cool.
This lights up.
Ooh, it's a glowy cube. This reminds me of something, but I can't quite place it. I'm getting, like, my first thought is 2001: A Space Odyssey, which doesn't make any sense, but I guess it's just kind of like I'm equating it to the monolith or something. That's very cool. So Mao actually dug through the box and found the leather. The leather was actually under a lot of stuff, so we pulled it out, and we figured we would go through the leather before we continue on with the box. There's a lot of stuff in there. So, dear members of George Corp United States, otherwise known as Stephen and Mel. First, let me say, you two are great and amazing people that have made a huge difference in my life. My name is Jake. I'm in high school, on newspaper, have an addiction to YouTube, discovered my love for cooking, subscribed to a ton of people, and my favorite band of all time is They Might Be Giants. So we already have something. very much in common. I actually didn't start watching your vlog until the Be Nice vlog, and it was just so nice and sincere that I had to watch more, and watch more I did. On YouTube, I'm known as Jakenbacon 356, and it is strictly for comments, but at some point, I'd really like to turn it into a music cover channel like Smooth McGroove. But now, on to some questions. Did you know that you have only been asked 3 They Might Be Giants related questions? This surprises me since you're both such huge fans of their work. So, Jake actually has a huge list of They Might Be Giants related questions, but I've picked out just a few that we'll read. So the first one, what is your favorite unknown/underrated song by them? What is yours?
There's so many songs.
They have a lot of songs. For anyone that's not familiar with They Might Be Giants' discography, they have like 1,000 songs. Like, seriously. That's not even an exaggeration. They seriously have like hundreds, if not 1,000 songs. So they have a huge library.
I mean, I like a lot of the hits because I've heard them a lot. Mm-hmm.
And I play a variety of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I have their hits, but I also have a lot of weird stuff too. I know one song you really like is Judy Is Your Vietnam.
Yeah.
And it's
nice and like short and just hits ya.
And that's one of their, I don't know, I wouldn't call that a hit. You know, like I would say that.
No, it hits you.
No, I know.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that is probably an underrated one. One of my favorite They Might Be Giant songs that I feel flies under the radar is Certain People I Could Name.
I know it, but it's not.
A few surviving samurai.
Okay.
Survey the battlefield. It's just a really
marching on.
They count the arms, the legs, and heads, and then divide by 5. Drenched in blood, they walk across the screen. Do I need to point him out, or do you see the one I mean? The one in back. The way he acts, is he reminding you of anyone we know? Isn't he so like certain people I could name?
Okay.
I really like that song. It's always been one of my favorites. Who is your favorite John?
I like Flansburgh's like craziness because he's all just out there and fun. But Linnell has like this mysterious quality.
I would have said the exact same thing. I don't know if I have a favorite. I feel like I like Linnell more, but there's
a picture of Linnell
that looks
just like you.
Looks exactly like me. I feel like I like Linnell more, but in reality, I think I like them both equally. They're very different people. Linnell is a quieter, more mysterious person. Flansburgh he's very out there. He's the one that does all of like he runs all the social media. He does all that stuff. He does the public relations stuff. Mm-hmm. So they're both enjoyable in different ways. And when did Stephen decide that They Might Be Giants was his favorite band of all time? I guess this question is hard for you to answer.
Yeah. I know exactly when.
When I was in high school, I've had a really weird history with music, to be honest. Like, very, very weird. When I was growing up, my parents listened to a lot of country music, and I knew like every country song by heart.
Old country.
Not
pop country.
Old country. Or what up to like mid 90s. It's fair. My dad really liked classic rock also, so I learned a lot of classic rock, and that was really what I knew. And then as I got older, I played a lot of video games, was really into the Tony Hawk series, and got a lot of my early like rock roots in Tony Hawk games, which was interesting. And I fell in love with Weird Al in middle school. And Weird Al was actually a blessing because Weird Al showed me all of these different genres of music that I was missing out on, and I started to listen and appreciate them. And in addition to listening to the parodies, I would seek out those bands and listen to their actual music. And Weird Al was my favorite artist up through high school. And then while I was in high school, I was going through a music store one day, and I saw They Might Be Giants' Dial a Song album. And I was like, man, that sounds so familiar. What is that? And I looked at the back, and I recognized the tracks from an episode of Tiny Toons Adventures, because back in the day, they did an episode of Tiny Toons Adventures where they used They Might Be Giant songs to do music videos. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And I bought it. And I loved it so much. And what was cool was that I was getting in on the party after they'd already been a band for like 20 years. So there was so much music for me to ingest. And I would say, probably sometime in the middle of high school is whenever I discovered them. And it was really shortly after I was like, I love this band. And ever since then, they've been my favorite. which is, I mean, I guess at this point been well over a decade. So, yeah. Anyway, and finally, Stephen, can you do a spoken word version of one of your favorite They Might Be Giant songs? I got hit by a mink car. I got hit by a mink car, driven by a guitar. I actually, like, what I realized whenever I was doing spoken word, I can't think of what comes next because I don't have the rhythm in my... Yeah, exactly. It's really weird. And the second was worse by far than the first. No, wait, actually, it's a different song. I forget. Like, I can't do it if I'm not singing. It's weird. Anyway, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to read this and keep up the good work from Jake. Jake, thank you. And we will actually get back to going through this box because we've only been through some calendars and a
binder Pokemon card.
A binder Pokemon card. So we've got some player's guides here. We got Zelda Skyward Sword player's guide with a lot of personal notes about where things are and what to do.
PKC returns.
Oh, cool. We got the Donkey Kong Country Returns player's guide. We've got an issue of Game Informer.
Another issue of
Oh, God. There's a lot of issues of Game Informer.
Another issue of Game Informer.
Oh, wow. Okay. There's like a history of Game Informer here. Lots of Game Informer. Oh, Nintendo Power. Game Informer. Game Informer. Game Informer. That is heavy. Oh my god, that's thick. It's the Pokemon Platinum version player's guide, and that is very large. And we also have got, oh cool, the player's guide for A Link Between Worlds, which I sadly have not played. And Epic Mickey 2, The Power of 2. Very, very cool. That's a lot of player's guides and a lot of issues of Game Informer. What else is in there? There's some games here. We've got Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. We've got, we have a copy of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. We've got Skylanders Giants, and then we also have a copy of Epic Mickey 2. So there's really great games in here. This one says not for resale on the back, which is something you just almost never see. It must have been a part of like a
Skylanders kit thing.
Skylanders kit type thing. And the Skylanders games make sense because we have the little portal thing for the Skylanders, and there's a lot of Skylanders. There's bags. Like bags and bags of Skylanders. I don't have any Skylanders. We have some Amiibo, but we don't have any Skylanders, and there are like many, many, many bags of Skylanders. Like I see one of them, like, I think that's Spyro, but Spyro grew up, if that's Spyro. Spyro looks like he's like teenage Spyro instead of like elementary school Spyro. There's a lot of different ones. That one looks like some of them look like Pokemon.
This bag is open, but there's giants on it, and there's a few more in the bottom here.
Okay, it looks like maybe some of them fell out.
Yeah.
But they're so cool. Like, I don't know anything about Skylanders, obviously, but like they're so neat looking.
I'm gonna grab Bugman.
Bugman? Oh yeah, well I've got Wood Dude. Bugman and Wood Dude, which is the crime fighting team that no one thought they needed, and they actually don't need, but they're very nice to have around. Bugman, what do you want to do today?
Go for a flying time in the air.
You cannot come back from go for a flying time.
I was gonna say go for a walk, but I realized I had wings. So,
Oh my god. Mommy. What are those birds doing? Oh honey, they're going for a flying time. That's brilliant. Is that all the stuff in the box then?
There's an eyeball thing.
An eyeball thing. I don't know what that is. There is an eyeball thing. I don't know what that is, but there is some sort of eyeball thing. I'm not sure. There's a thing on the back that pops up. I don't know what this is, but this is also in here. Jake, thank you so much. This is like Skylander City. There's a ton of Skylanders here, and also a ton of Skylanders, a ton of player's guides, a ton of Game Informer. There's so much stuff, and it's really awesome to hear from someone who really appreciates They Might Be Giants, because we get letters occasionally where people talk about them and say, yeah, I've listened to them, they're cool. But it's nice to meet someone who is also like really, really into them. So I hope that you continue to explore their music and find other like hidden gems. And if you haven't already, I would urge you to listen to John Linnell's State Songs album, because it's really good. And then also, if you didn't know, Flansburgh had his own solo project called Monopuff, and it's very They Might Be Giants-esque. There's a really great song called The Devil Went Down to Newport, and it's a song about a surfing competition between Satan and Jesus, and it's the most ridiculous and amazing song ever, so I would urge you to check those out. Anyway, Jake, thank you for everything.
Our next package is from Julien in France.
France! Got a package from France. And what is in the package from France? Ooh.
Wait, and don't look at the back. You know what this is? It's a famous art piece by a famous artist.
Oh, that's
upside down.
Oh, that's by Van Gogh.
How did you see the Van Gogh Museum?
Yeah, sorry. I saw it on the back that said Van Gogh Museum, and I was like, oh, that's Van Gogh. We recently went to
the Giddy.
The Giddy in Los Angeles, and I could not recognize pretty much any art whatsoever. So made me feel bad. All right, so we have a letter here. It's inside of a envelope. And it says, please excuse the poor choice of stationery. Oh, it's like graph paper. All right, let's take a look at this. It says, Dear Stephen Mao, greetings from France. I've been a fan of everything George Media since 2013. Fun fact, I discovered your channels through your Nintendo Capri Sun vlog, unlike many others who ended up here through another Runaway Guys member and serial punter we all know and love. Though I immediately subscribed to Stephen Plays in March of 2013, as the then brand new Twilight Princess LP had me hooked, I deemed it wise not to follow suit with the vlog channel, afraid that the time I would spend browsing through old vlogs might impede on my schoolwork. During summer break of the same year, after a full day of binging vlogs, starting with the emotional Will You Marry Me, I finally clicked on that red button. I'm withholding the journey until my high school graduation next year in order to enjoy it at its fullest. Over the course of these past 3 years, Stephen Plays, vlog, and as of this year, Mao Makes, have provided me with ample joy and much-needed light in dark, difficult times. I wanted to personally thank you both for creating such wonderful content, and Mao specifically for inspiring me to become a teacher. I'm sending a gift to commemorate the LP that marked the beginning of this crazy journey for me, of a game Mao seems to hold dear. Thank you for everything, and let's meet back tomorrow, shall we? Sincerely, Julien, aka DatSteeve. P.S. I also included crispy M&Ms for no particular reason other than you mentioning they aren't readily available in your area, alongside a print of Van Gogh's Almond Blossom I bought for Mao, as it somehow reminded me of you.
It's one of my favorite Van Goghs because it's so different from the rest of his stuff.
See, you know the arts, and I knew the arts. You know, like...
Once upon a time,
how many... Oh, God. How long have I been out of college?
5 years.
I've been out of college for 5 years. Whoa. So, when I was in college, so like 7 years ago, I probably knew the arts. But now you know all the arts. Julien, thank you. Such a very nice letter, and it's really nice to get something... To be honest, it's nice to get something from France. It's nice to hear from French viewers. That's really cool. Mm-hmm. So, inside we've got crispy M&Ms, which are always delicious and always oh so crispy. And we've got a little package here that we'll open up.
And that's it? What is it? What is it?
You're really going to like this
What
now.
is it?
You're really going to like this. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do.
Oh, it's the amiibo that I like.
Could you tell that was Twilight Princess music?
Yeah, I could.
I was worried. I was like, she's not so getting cool. What I'm doing.
The base has the Hylian shield crest.
Oh my God, it does.
It's cool.
It's a koala. Midna's riding a koala. That is cool. I haven't seen this. I know that I think you maybe got the figure if you like pre-ordered the game, because like they had like a box set with it, but we didn't do that because I mean we have Twilight Princess. Fun fact, we have Twilight Princess. We did Let's Play on it. Yeah, this is really cool. I've never actually seen it up close like this.
It looks cool.
It's really cool. And it's so big.
Yeah, it's huge.
Like the most of the
amiibo
amiibos
stand is like this, and it like hangs
like
off.
most amiibos, like if you think of Ness, like he's just a little dude like on there, and this thing's like this big. That's awesome. The other amiibo I think of that's really big is that like that 30th anniversary Mario one, the Pixel one, is really big too. That is so cool. Wow, Julien, thank you so much for this. This is very very nice and very kind. And once again, it's nice to hear from France. So if there's anyone else watching right now and you're in France, like you don't have to send something, but like let us know in the comments. Be like, hey, I'm also in France and I watch regularly, because that would be cool to know. We like hearing from you.
Our next one is from Corey in Chapin, South Carolina. And
Corey sent me a message the other day and let me know that he was sending us something. Corey's actually been on the vlogs before. There was a fairly dated vlog when we were living in
Purple Marlins?
Yes, I think it's called Purple Marlins.
Yes.
Whenever we were living in Colombia, we actually got a chance to meet Corey and went out on the boat with him and his family, and it was a really fun time. And inside, this says, "Hey, Stephen Mallory, here's some free games for your collection. Bye." Corey, aka tommcsalad. And there's a drawing of Rocco, Kepler, and Sagan. I like how he drew Sagan's pouch. He's dragging the floor. Was that ever?
It does.
It does. Was that ever on video with Alex talking about that?
I don't think so.
Oh, when Alex was here in like December of 2013, which is a while ago, he commented so much on Sagan's pouch. I didn't know if we actually filmed that. We also have a Jigglypuff. It says tommcsalad. So inside are there's all sorts of little things. It is Crash Nitro Kart, Nicktoons Racing, and Spyro Orange, the Cortex Conspiracy, all for Game Boy Advance. Which is a little cool. They got the carts and then also the not only the instruction manuals, but also the inserts. Like there's inserts and stuff that come with games. It's really cool to still have those. That's awesome. Thank you.
There's more.
And there's also Namco Museum. Cool, the original Donkey Kong for Game Boy. Tasmania. The Mummy for Game Boy Color. Oh god, Rocket Power, Get in There for Game Boy Color. The Nintendo World Cup for the original Game Boy. Frogger for Game Boy. Oh man, Choo Choo Rocket. Which is have you ever played Choo Choo Rocket?
No.
You're gonna have to play. It's a really interesting puzzle game developed by Sega, and most people have played it on a different console, not Game Boy Advance, but apparently they made a Game Boy Advance port. I didn't know that. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, Backyard Baseball 2006, which is a name I have not heard in a long time. Oh my god, there's a lot here. Whoa! There's also Chicken Shoot. There's a game called Chicken Shoot. You can't make that up. It's called Chicken Shoot. That's amazing. I really want to know what that is. Chicken Shoot. There's also the Konami Collector Series Arcade Advanced, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Madden NFL 06, Quad Desert Fury, Crash Bandicoot The Huge Adventure, Need for Speed, Porsche Unleashed. So, see, some of the logos on these carts are very, very small, so it's hard to read. The Pac-Man Collection, and, Donkey Kong Country 3. Fun fact, did you know that the Donkey Kong Country games that were released on Game Boy Advance, some of them have different music? Like new tracks?
No.
Some of them have new levels.
Wow.
Is that crazy? There's actually, whenever we were doing the Let's Plays of the original trilogy, we had some requests to cover the additional levels on Game Boy, because there's actually other levels, which is neat. And the Bible game, there's like a Bible trivia game. Motocross Maniacs Advance. The Wild Thornberrys movie, which is...
The game.
I have, yeah, the movie, the game. I haven't heard the words The Wild Thornberry in like forever. I see Nigel's face
all over the
smashing
internet.
Like it comes out like the Disney princess. It's all over the internet, but I never like hear The Wild Thornberrys. And then finally, we also have Madden NFL 09 for the DS, as well as Big League Sports Summer for the DS. This is crazy. Corey, thank you. There are so many games here. I wasn't keeping track, but there's probably 30 GBA games here or something like that. That's crazy. One quick note before I continue on. The original Donkey Kong for Game Boy has particular... I have particular memories of this game because I had, when I was growing up, we carpooled to get to school. And one of the kids that we carpooled with had this game, and like a bunch of us had Game Boys. And I remember like borrowing this game, like switching with him for a while to play through Donkey Kong. I never had it myself, and it's just really interesting to see it again because all those memories came flooding back. Anyway, Corey, very generous. Thank you so much for sending this.
Our next package is from Matthew in Kitchener, Ontario.
And Matthew's letter, Matt pulled the letter out and says, to Stephen and Mallory, if I've timed this right, this package should be opened at about the time that you two are celebrating your 5th wedding anniversary. Pretty good, actually. Yeah. Pretty well timed. So in recognition of this, I have provided both of you with a gift, and it is my hope that you'll enjoy them. To make this special, I'd ask that each of you read this letter so that you can see what I have given both of you. First, I would ask that Mal read this next part, which describes her gift.
Mallory, I know everyone admires you not only for being Stephen's soulmate, but also for your passion and desire to share your artistic skills with the world, and we all appreciate your enthusiasm. There was a gift that was centered on art I had intended to give you. Unfortunately, circumstances beyond my control prevented me from giving you what I had intended. So I had to think for a while what would serve as an alternative. Then it dawned on me that art is not just limited to painting or sculpture. In fact, there's many different ways that art can be created. There are many who also view writing as an art, such as calligraphy, which is true and it's really cool.
Yeah, when done well, calligraphy is like crazy amazing. I don't know how people do it.
That thought made me think about your recent trip with Stephen to Japan, and there are many things you enjoy about Japan, as has been demonstrated throughout the years of the vlog with your enthusiasm with Japanese food, toys, even stickers. So I've decided to give you something that is very popular among children and young adults in Japan, but believe it or not, this particular item is not Japanese, it's Canadian. For decades, the Japanese have been infatuated by what is widely regarded as the most beloved Canadian novel of all time. I speak of the early 20th century novel Anne of Green Gables by Lucy Maud Montgomery, which is one of my favorite books of all time ever. I've read all of the series.
Oh wow, okay, cool.
Most Japanese people who come to vacation in Canada probably, I'm going to cut from his sentence there and deviate, they probably go to Prince Edward Island where it's set.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, where was I? Most Japanese people who come to vacation in Canada will make the pilgrimage to Prince Edward Island where the novel took place and been amazed by its natural beauty and unique culture. In fact, the novel has been so predominantly for the Japanese that a few years ago the novel was adapted into an anime series in addition to various adaptations that have been made here in Canada. I'm sure you would probably find the anime on a streaming service like Crunchyroll. I know you've taken very keen interest in reading novels from having seen The Journey, so there is no doubt in my mind that Anne of Green Gables and its story, which takes place places a great emphasis on love between family and friends, as well as unexpected strangers, will put a smile on your face as it has for the Japanese, for Canadians, and everyone who has read the novel and seen its numerous adaptations. Now I would ask that you turn this thing back over to Stephen for his gift.
Stephen, for your anniversary gift, only one thing could come to mind, and that is video games. And for months, I have known exactly what to get you. I did mention when I sent my most recent package that it was a clue to what you would receive. Following the success of your Tulip Let's Play with Mallory, a game which focused on love, I had to get a game, or in this case, games, for you which also place a great emphasis on love. In this instance, I'm providing you with the PS3 console games that are part of the White Knight Chronicles saga. These games were developed by Level 5, who also made popular games such as Dark Cloud, Ni no Kuni, and most recently Yokai Watch. While at first glance it may seem like the classic knight rescues damsel in distress trope, it runs much deeper than that. Love plays a very important role in this game, and its influence cannot be underestimated. Whether it be between family, friends, strangers, or even a hero falling in love with a villain, love in these games brings everyone together in this saga, and everyone involved will do whatever it takes to make love succeed in addition to saving the world, because that's important too. There's an important feature in this game that I should mention because it is attached to my love of these games as well. It is related to how one becomes a knight in the game, but I'll try to avoid spoilers. The game allows characters to become a knight in a way that is similar to that of the lead protagonist in the classic Japanese superhero TV show Ultraman, which I only saw one episode of, but it definitely stuck out in my mind. So if there's any Ultraman fans watching, you would certainly enjoy this game as well. It is my hope that if you and Mallory ever play these games, you will also create something wonderful for each other. To help you accomplish this, I've sent the two of you a PlayStation Store gift card through Amazon to use on the game's DLC.
That's who that's from.
That is from Matthew then. So if you're wondering who gave you the card, and it was me. All right. Don't worry, I use the U.S. Amazon site to buy the card, so it should be in U.S. dollars. Whether you use it to buy the DLC or use it for something else entirely, I know it's going to be put to good use. I would say with certainty that these gifts are great representations of what the two of you are about and how you came to not only love each other, but also marry each other. These gifts are my way to express my gratitude on behalf of all of your viewers who appreciate what you have accomplished in 5 years of marriage. But this is, of course, just the beginning. There are many more years to come. There will be moments of happiness and moments of sorrow, but just remember to never forget what brought the two of you together, because it is what will ensure your happiness for years to come. Of course, what brought the two of you together above all else is love. Keep it strong and keep it forever. Respectfully yours, Matthew, aka Novara Autism. Matthew, it was a beautiful letter and I appreciate it. So open that thing up. And these are the White Knight Chronicles. White Knight Chronicles International Edition. And then also White Knight Chronicles 2. And I'm going to be honest, I've never heard of these games. Ever. I've heard of a lot of video games, but these are ones that don't come to mind. Now, a lot of the times the Sony systems, especially like PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 probably more so, like they have so many games, and that's probably why. And maybe it's the same way on PlayStation 3. There's just so many games I just have not heard of them, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
And here's a hard copy of Anne of Green Gables, and this is actually really a beautiful hardcover copy.
That is a beautiful book.
I don't have my own copy of it. Like, it was a book I had read from like a teacher's library, and it's actually always stuck with me because she becomes a teacher.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it kind of stuck with me, and there's a part where she goes and she gives like a spoken word poem performance, and she always said, you know, it's better to make someone cry because they remember it better than laugh.
Oh, okay.
So that always kind of just stuck with me, and like her feelings for her best friends, and they like play pretend and like ruin a scarf and some other stuff, and they're like out in the woods like playing around. I don't know, I just always liked it, so thank you.
That's awesome. And once again, that's really cool that Matthew had like narrowed that down so well. Like, you know, I based on all this stuff, I feel like you'd really like this book, and you really hit the nail on the head because Mal actually apparently like loves the book.
And actually now I think I'm gonna go read it again.
Yeah, you'll probably read it, and you have your own nice copy. Anyway, Matthew, that was awesome. These things are awesome, and we appreciate it.
Our next package is from Calvin in San Francisco, California.
And I see the snacks. Oh man, dear Stephen and Mal, hope all is well. By the time you read this, you'll probably have went to Camp Fangamer, so I hope that was fun. I know my last few packages have been mostly food, except for one. I couldn't resist sending some more awesome food. On a side note, my housemate has taken a liking on your recent videos and has enjoyed watching Sagan and Kepler. Down the line, expect something from him as well as something from my fiance. Which is best? Because
this is a Mr. Saturn.
It's a Mr. Saturn.
And it's in the Saturn's font.
So his speech is jumbled. Calvin, Twitter and YouTube is CK14500. Calvin, thank you. I'm super excited about this.
We are almost like, we have like 1 or 2 boxes left from the last Pocky box.
We actually have been diligently eating all of the food that you sent.
Some of those Pockies are just like amazing.
They really are. And I know we've shown
chocolate one. There was a chocolate one covered in like chocolate powder.
Yeah, and we've talked about a few of them on the vlog. There's been a few on the vlog where we're like, okay, this Pocky's really good.
Yeah.
There's one, I can't remember now. There was one specifically that was like, I ate it.
The sea salts cappuccino one?
Well, yes, that one. I was like, what is this? So good. But yeah, I think we're down to just 2 boxes left. We've been eating them, so we appreciate it. So Calvin, for anyone that has missed some of the past mail videos, Calvin has sent us these snack boxes in the past, and they're awesome. So we've got Pocky.
It's milk chocolate.
Is that milk chocolate? Is it just milk chocolate?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, chocolate. Giant Pocky Otona milk. I don't know what that chocolate milk.
Chocolate banana. I liked those a lot.
Chocolate banana.
Olive cheese.
What?
Pretz.
Olive and cheese. Pretz is weird, man. Pretz does some weird,
Tomato
bizarre
Pretz with
stuff.
Snoopy.
Tomato Pretz? It tastes like Snoopy.
Matcha chocolate.
Oh, that's cool. That's just the normal one, right? Or is it also chocolate?
It's chocolate and matcha.
Oh, okay, very cool.
Pretz. More banana chocolate.
Oh, this is the pizza Pretz. These are really good. Another chocolate banana.
Azuki bean.
Which was really good too. What is that? wheat cracker.
It's milk.
Milk? It's milk.
Miruku.
Yeah, that's milk. I don't know. Japan, you have crazy ideas, but most of the time the stuff's really good.
Basil olive pretz.
Basil olive pretz. I bet that'd be good. Basil? I like basil.
What's that?
These are the middies. They're the thick ones. I think it's just chocolate, but it's Pocky has these certain
short
ones, and they're called midi, and they're shorter, but the chocolate around them is like really thick, and it's really good. So those are good. And then these demi-tasse.
Demi is small. Demi-tasse?
I'm not exactly sure. They're chocolate and chocolate.
They look fancy.
They do look fancy. I'm sure they're going to be delicious.
Oh my god. We saw these in Japan, and I kind of wanted to get them, but I didn't, because I didn't want them to melt on our trip home.
Strawberry cheesecake Kit Kats. Oh, yeah, it looks like the mountain. Like the box is shaped like that.
Mount Fuji?
Yeah, Mount Fuji. That's so cool.
And then there's matcha ones.
Oh, that's cool. The box is cool.
Yeah, it is.
It's a really nice, fancy box.
And Hi-Chews.
Hi-Chews! Hi-Chews are always delicious.
I really liked the grapefruit ones in here before. They were good.
Calvin, as always, we appreciate these, and we eat them. Like, none of this stuff goes to waste. We eat all of this stuff.
You want to try one?
I'm curious. The one I'm most curious about is olive and cheese.
Me too.
You agree?
I agree.
I'm gonna try this one because this one's a little bizarre. And I like olives and I like cheese.
I'm not a big fan of olives.
Mal's not a big olive person, but you might like these. Oh, they're big.
Well, see, they look like breadsticks.
They look like pretzel rods.
Maybe they have olive oil in them because I like olive oil.
Oh wow! Look at that. All right, take that.
It's really good. It reminds me of a combo.
It's like a breadstick.
Like the combo crackers.
Yeah. It's good. Like sometimes with some of the Japanese stuff, you get something and you're like, whoa, what are you thinking? This is not one of those times. These are actually really good. Wow. Anyway, Calvin, thank you. We really appreciate these. And one of the things I really like about these Pocky and Pretz is that they're the perfect snack size.
Especially when they're like 2 to a pack.
There's a lot of times I'm working at my computer and it's not yet dinner time. And like Mal's working on stuff, I'm working on stuff. It's not yet time to eat, but I'm just like a little hungry. And I'll just go and I'll get one of the boxes of Pocky or Pretz that you sent because it's the perfect amount of food. I'm like, all right, good. I get to eat some breadsticks and then it holds me over until dinner. So, Calvin, thank you so much. We really appreciate this.
Our next package is from Brianna in Escanaba, Michigan.
And what is in the box from Brianna?
Read first.
Oh, goodness. There's quite a few things in there. Read first. All right. Dear Stephen, hello again. It's Brianna from the UP back at it again with the letters. And again, you should be reading this letter first. Stephen, your daily vlogging for multiple years amazes me. I've tried vlogging myself and I could barely achieve a few days. However, I am good at journaling. I'm so good that I've been doing it daily for nearly 2 whole years. For some reason, writing down the day's events seems easier to me than recording them as they happen. I'm sending you a whole bunch of random Wii games that my sisters and I never played as kids, so I figured they should go somewhere somewhat useful. I'm also sending you a hand-sculpted Bulbasaur magnet like that one shirt you have. Happy summer, Brianna from I Love Cake 5234 on YouTube. Brianna, thank you. Hopefully you are doing well up in the UP, which I get to know about because of you. You're the one that gets to explain
up in the UP, yeah.
What the UP is, yeah.
The Upers.
The Upers. We're gonna go up and have us a fish fry on the Friday at the church. Did I do that right? Are you gonna disown me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a painting.
It is a painting. It's a painting Brianna did of
a creeper.
A creeper at night. Very, very awesome. Good job.
There's a letter for me.
There's a letter for you.
Dear Mal, you are my role model. I'm truly inspired by your artwork. The paintings you create have helped me improve my own skills. That's good. That's what they're there for. That is why I've sent you pictures of my most recent paintings. The tricks you show in your videos really come in handy, especially the ones where you fill in a shape with white before the color. Also, I love that I continue to become more and more like you. With reading and a desire to teach and clarinetting, we are quite alike. If I ever get to meet you in person, we should totally jam it out on our clarinets. Speaking of reading, do you remember day 1565 on the vlog where you received a copy of Cinder? My friends and I are obsessed with the Lunar Chronicles. We're so obsessed we have to figure out which character each of us are in our group. I'm Cress. Anyway, I was wondering if you ever read the rest of the series. I have, and Winter is still sitting on my nightstand even though I finished it like 5 days after it came out because I had you pre-order it for me.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Mal was really into that.
Have you ever written any stories or attempted a book? I've written like short stories back, middle school, high school, but none of them exist anymore, and that's probably for the best at this point.
Did you ever have a desire for that, creative writing at all?
I enjoyed writing, and I really liked writing poetry especially, but my 9th grade English teacher was like, you should never be a writer.
Whoa.
He told my mom that at parent-teacher conferences, and it kind of killed my desire to write any, so.
Strong opinions.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Anyway, last question. How have the bags I've sent you been working out for you? Because I'm sending you another one. A little carry-all caddy. I figured it would be put to good use to put your paintbrushes in.
Oh, cool.
In addition to what I've already mentioned, I'm sending you a hand-sculpted Squirtle magnet like the one shirt you have, and a bag of Trenery toast from Trenery, Michigan. I wish I could have sent you some signature UP Sakely's chocolate or pasties. It says pasty.
Yeah, pasties.
But they would have gone bad. Trenery toast is best eaten when dunked in a warm beverage such as hot chocolate or coffee. Hope you have a great school year, Brianna.
Cool.
Cool, thank you.
Excellent.
I'll give you that.
Got it.
And here's...
So now we can go through all of the various things. There is Minute to Win It. Is that show still in the air?
I don't know.
I remember it with Guy Fieri. He has been around, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been around.
He's done all sorts of stuff.
Here's a painting of a golden snitch. And good job on that sky, blending those colors. Are you...
Sorry, I don't know much about the Harry Potter series, but at least I got that beginning part. Anyway.
There's a tree.
Very, very cool. Could almost be the Great Deku Tree.
Almost. I like the flowers on the grass. Pets, horses, too?
Pets, horses, too. I assume it would be like the equestrian part of the Mario Olympics games, but the entire game. We've got Ben 10 Alien Force Vilgax Attacks. I've heard of this series.
Ben 10?
I've never
seen it.
I've never seen it, but I've heard of it. There's been people talk about it before.
Birthday Party Bash.
Birthday Party Bash. What could that be? It's got to just be minigames, right? Or is it just you throw a birthday party and that's the premise?
My Sims Agents.
My Sims Agents. Live the adventure and uncover the mystery.
High School Musical 3. Dance Senior Year.
Is this one you play with a... Oh, so you just like move it around and stuff. Oh, it's like Just Dance.
That would be so fun. A daring game for girls.
The daring game for girls. We should play this.
Yes.
We should absolutely play the daring game for girls. Oh man, that would be a riot.
Here is the carrier.
Okay.
Also, the lunchbox and the tote bag they sent before. Like I use that tote bag all the time. Mm-hmm. So it's been great.
And this thing
is a little...
Oh, that's cute. It's got the little anchors on it.
Uh-huh. And then it has a little mesh pocket.
That is really neat.
Oh, there's a handle. There. Handle.
That is super cool. I love that. I like the colors on it, too. Mm-hmm. Here are the figurines. Let's get this open. Oh, man. Look at that little Bulbasaur.
Cute.
That is so cute. I love the expression. Like, the eyes and stuff. He just seems very, like, alive and animated. And then under here is Squirtle. And Squirtle was very similar. I love it. Squirtle, squirt, squirt. Bulbasaur. That's my best impressions I can do. And then finally in the box is the Trenery Toast. This is cinnamon toast, and this is like local, which is super, super cool.
And I mean, I'm from somewhere not too far away from there. I've never heard of it.
I like cinnamon toast. Apparently it's supposed to be hard and you're supposed to, dunk it in coffee, but like, I like coffee.
Maybe we'll start our day tomorrow with some tea and coffee and...
This smells so good. You can
you
smell
can
the
smell
cinnamon. I want to eat the bag, but that's probably... I probably shouldn't do that. That is awesome. Anyway, Brianna, thank you so much. That is... there's so many awesome things in here. And I would be lying if I said I wasn't really excited to get at that toast. Like, tomorrow I'm going to have to, like, start my day with some of that toast.
Next up, we have some Amazon gifts from John in Antelope Valley, California.
And John has sent us quite a few things over the last few months. A lot of board games, a lot of movies, a lot of different things like that. And Mao has pulled out the gift receipts of all of the Amazon stuff. We've kind of developed a system at this point. We're doing all of the Amazon stuff at the end, and then Mao opens them and pulls out the gift receipts, and then that's how we figure out all the stuff, and then we can do it where we open all of that person's stuff together. It's a pretty good system. I think we got it worked out. So we have a few things from Amazon from John. So you gonna open that?
This one says, "Hi, Stephen and Mel. This is the last film from the late, great Satoshi Kon, Japan's David Lynch. His first film, Perfect Blue, also inspired Aronofsky in certain scenes in Requiem for a Dream. Hope you enjoy." And that one had a second one.
That's very interesting to me. Okay.
A second gift receipt. "Hi, Stephen and Mel. This is another offering for a Mel Plays Scary Games series. Wink face. Just kidding, but I hope you like it. Very creepy and atmosphere with a cool style."
Oh my god. I would love if Mal did a horror game. Like, by herself. It would be so great. It would be awesome. So the film is Paprika from Satoshi Kon, the director of Perfect Blue and Tokyo
Godfathers. Have you seen that? I saw that.
So that's very cool. Paprika. I'm always into, like, good films. Wondrous, one of the most wildly and disturbingly inventive animated films I've seen. I really like disturbing films. Like, let me clarify before people send me, like, all of the most grotesque gore movies they can. Disturbing in the sense of...
psychological.
A lot of psychological stuff. I've often cited Requiem from a Dream as, like, one of my favorite films, and it is the perfect sense of what I would call disturbing. Like, there's a solid plot there. It's not a gore film. It's a film about addiction. It's fantastic, and I would recommend it to everyone who is of age to see that film. It's really good.
It brings you down.
Yeah, you will never feel lower than when you finish that film. You'll just feel like, oh my god, I hate everything. It's what do I do with my life? But it's a really great film. Anyway, Paprika, which apparently is also a really fantastic film, so I'm excited about that. And then the PS4 game is Alien Isolation Nostromo Edition. I've heard of this game and not much else. I've heard of it, but I would love to at some point get you to play another horror game. I mean, we've done, like, Resident Evil, but we haven't really done a horror game together other than doing, like, Resident Evil 7 demo and PT. But wouldn't that be fun now? Wouldn't we have a lot of fun?
We would have a lot of fun. I guess.
I just think it would be a good time if, like, me and you played through an actual, like Dead Space. What if me and you played through Dead Space? We took turns on Dead Space.
Here, read this one.
Okay.
Stop making me not want to do things.
Hi, Stephen and Mao. I recently learned about this game, and it looked interesting from the playthroughs, branching choices, character connections, and some creepy scenes. From John.
And this is Until Dawn.
Oh my god! Okay. Sorry. There are so many people that have asked us to play this game. Not me. Us. This is... Let me sell you on this. This is a horror game, but... Follow me? It's a horror game, but it's like the Walking Dead style gameplay horror game. Like, there's a lot... It's like a lot of choices type thing. And it's very clever. You know, like, you know how, like, Cabin in the Woods is very clever? Like, it's a horror movie, but it's a clever... It's that kind of thing. So many requests to play this game, like, when it came out. Oh my god. I mean, I'm not going to commit to a Let's Play right here and now, but, like, this is something a lot of people wanted to see, and it's something that I would definitely consider for the future, because so many people were interested in seeing it. John, thank you, appreciate that. The next package says, hope you enjoy. I personally think this is even better than the first season. Also, welcome to the long wait for Season 3. Oh! Rick and Morty. If you if anyone watching has not seen our review for Rick and Morty Season 1, I would suggest you watch it, especially if you're a fan of Rick and Morty, or even if you're not, because maybe we'll sell you on the series.
We sold Lindsay on the series.
Yeah, I don't know, we didn't say that on the vlog, but we let Lindsay borrow Season 1, and she watched through it, and she was like, I didn't really know what was happening. She's like, but by the end, I really wanted to see more. And I was like, good. But yeah, John sent us Season 1 a bit ago, and we watched through it, and it was amazing. Quickly became one of my favorite shows, and I'm really excited to watch Season 2 because it's so weird, but so well done. So well done, and it's funny, which is the most important thing. It's very funny. Anyway, John, thank you.
Next up, we have some Amazon packages from Drew.
Okay.
And the first one just says, a gift from Drew. Enjoy your gift.
Okay, and it's, it's Dragon Age Origins. And it's got Dragon Age Origins and the expansion pack Dragon Age Origins Awakening. Cool, very, very cool. We've heard a lot of great things about Dragon Age. We've had some of the games sent to us, although I don't believe Dragon Age Origins has been sent to us, but people really like the series. It's very long, but at some point I would really like to at least try it. It's by BioWare, and BioWare is like... Have you ever played any of the BioWare games?
Such as...
Neverwinter Nights.
I mean, no.
Neverwinter Night. I really what I really wanted is really want to play Neverwinter Nights again. But BioWare did Neverwinter Nights. They did that Star Wars game, Knights of the Old Republic. They've worked on a lot of different things over the years, and they've done a fantastic job. And apparently, Dragon's Age is also just as good. So, Drew, I appreciate that. Next up is another package from Drew, and here's the actual note from Drew. It says, "Hi Stephen, since you received Dragon Age Inquisition last month, I decided I would send you the first and second games in the series as well as the guides. Hope you enjoy, from Drew." That's the actual note. So there, after getting Dragon Age Origins, we have Dragon Age 2. It's the BioWare Signature Edition, which is very, very cool. It's got a bunch of some extra stuff in there as well. And then also, oh my god, that book. First off, let me say that this book is awesome because they did the
it's like
cover.
Glossy.
The cover is matte, but then they went across it with a glossy red for the blood. You guys could probably tell if I just move it a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
So the cover itself is matte, but then they did this red blood in gloss, and that is such a cool idea. We talk about it occasionally, but like guides themselves are art. The design throughout the book and then also on the cover, there's an art to it, and it's really neat whenever you see it eye-catching like this. You don't get the full effect when you're looking at guides by the spine through the store, but whenever certain stores will have them displayed like this, it really catches your eye and it's really cool. That is awesome. That is really, really cool. Drew, thank you. And then finally from Drew, we have the other book, which is the Dragon Age 2 guide, because he said he was going to send that as well. And that one is also very cool. It looks like...
a tome.
It's a tome. My first thought was the Necronomicon?
Yeah.
But tome is probably a more generic, better word for it. Very, very cool. And also just a lot of information. It does look
nice on the inside, too.
It's
like
a very...
the graphic design.
Yeah. And honestly, there have been some bad guides over the years. Like, and especially there's a part like from the early to mid 90s where some companies that weren't Nintendo did like really questionable stuff. Like there's parts in some old guides that you can find where like there's black text on dark backgrounds, and you're like, what are you doing? Like, did no one proofread this at all? But that one actually looks really beautiful. Once again, Drew, thank you so much for the games and also the guides.
Last up, we have Mystery Gift.
And it's Mystery Gift because it's from Amazon, but it
is addressed to us.
It's addressed to us, but Mal looked inside. There's no gift receipt.
Unless it is a kettle, an electric kettle.
It's an electric kettle. This high-quality Best electric kettle is easy to use and has a stylish brushed nickel finish that matches any decor. Other features include a 2-liter capacity. It's a kettle. Neat. Now we can fast boil water for tea and various things. One of the features is an on and off button. As opposed to taking it outside and flying a kite in an electric storm, crossing your fingers and hoping for good luck. Cool. I don't know who sent this, but we appreciate it. No thank you gift receipt in there, but thanks. That is it for mail. This is a big month. This is a really big month. There's a ton of stuff, a ton of video games here. I know Corey sent like 30 GBA games, but even on top of that, so many other video games, so many like so many guides, so many books, lots of different foods.
Toast.
There's also toast. Just a very varied and interesting mail month, and we really appreciate it. If you're watching right now and you'd like to send us something, you can. Go down to the description box. There's an FAQ link. We'll teach you all about what to send and where to send it. And we appreciate all this stuff. You guys are really awesome. And thanks for sending us so many different things and so many consumables, like these olive and cheese preps, because these things are really good. Seriously. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next month for another mail video. I wonder what the basil ones are like.
Let's open them.
We should probably find out soon.